Welcome to Yoga with Jan. Namaste. Today we're going to talk about a couple of asanas that we can do for those of us that are going through menopause. This will help with the hormones, and in doing these poses there's a lot of balance going on, so I've chosen to make sure that there's a wall or some type of device that you can use to support yourself, because there's a lot of balancing postures. We start with putting our hand out and touching our toe, and see that might require some balance, and so we would use a wall to try and do that. Notice that my back is hunching, and so you don't have to have a perfect posture. However, you can use different tools to make it the posture a little bit more easy to do. So I'm going to try the next side, because each side can be different. So you want to check to see what it's like, and if you need some extra support, then you can decide on what you're going to do. In this case, I know that, so you should be feeling those two little stretches somewhere in the hip joints. And then another stretch that we do, asana pose, is the same thing. You want to make sure that you have a wall support if you need it, and you're taking your leg out to the side. So now I'm going to try and take my toes and straighten out my leg. And I can't seem to really pull it to the side because I'm very tight in my hips. And so that's okay. The idea is to get a stretch wherever you are and decide how you're going to do it. So now I've gotten another object for support, because I think this is going to help me. And taking my knee up to my chest and holding. And if I lose balance, I know that I have this support item that I can just put my hand on. So you bring your knee into your chest, and then you take the other side, knee into your chest, as whatever feels comfortable to you. Lost a little bit of balance, held on to my device for support, and now I'm back in. The next is, I've decided that for my practice, I'm going to use a strap, because the strap is going to help me keep better alignment. And so I'm putting the strap underneath the middle of my foot, and I'm stretching the foot up by using my arm as a hinge to lift it up. And whatever feels comfortable for you, you lift it up, and you should be feeling a stretch now in your hamstrings. And try and keep your back as straight as possible, and release. And switch sides. Again, you can use a chair, a wall. I'm using this device so I can tape in front so that you can see the posture. Putting the strap underneath the foot, raising with your hand as the hinge, and feeling that nice stretch in your hamstring. And lowering when you've had a good stretch. Shake your legs out. Notice how you're feeling after you've had this stretch. Let's go on. Put the belt on again underneath the foot, and this time pulling it out to the side. As you pull it out to the side, you may not get as high as you want. You may only be halfway there. That's okay. There's no good or bad. It's whatever works for you. Yoga is very individual. You work within your parameters, and you keep going, and as you do, you will notice change and movement within your body. Switching sides. Now again, we're going to put the belt underneath the foot, and using our arm as a lever to pull it out to the side. As whatever feels comfortable. Again, you're feeling a stretch in the inner thigh here. Trying to keep your body as straight as possible, and then lower when you are done. The next asana is standing straight, holding on to a chair or device, and just pushing your legs straight back. You will feel this in your glutes, keeping your legs straight, and then switch sides. It doesn't have to be for very long, just enough for you to feel a stretch in your leg. You'll be noticing that again in your glutes. Next, we're going to get down onto the mat, move that piece of fluff, And lying down on your back, slowly going down. And just notice, how does your body feel after you've done a few stretches with your legs? Allow your back, lower back, upper back, middle back, just to sink into the ground. And take a nice deep breath in and out of your nose. Next, we're going to be working on our thoracic, getting our blood flowing. And we first put our legs together as if we're in sitting cross-legged position. And then if you feel like getting a little bit more, you can bring your chest up and see how that feels. And if that's comfortable, then you can bring your chest up and push your head back and to get more of a stretch in your neck. Now, if it's not comfortable, see how I'm going onto my elbows and then I'm slowly lowering my neck. And if I feel comfortable that I can do this, I will try again, first holding onto my toes and then arching my back and slowly, gently moving my head back. Now, if this is too much of a strain, please do not do this. This is only if you are comfortable with doing these kind of back bends. Even just lying down with your legs in cross-legged position and your head down is a very nice stretch opener for the hip joints, and trying to keep your shoulder blades on your back as you're lying down is a good opener. Next, we're going to take our feet and we're going to put our heels and toes together and raise our legs. And we're going to hold on to our ankles. And as we're holding on to our ankles, we can gently give them up and down flapping, because this is like the butterfly on your back. And so you can just see, how does that feel? Does that feel okay for you? Moving up and down, do your joints, are they comfortable? And if so, you can also put them down on the ground and doing a little flapping. And again, this is opening up our hip joints. Nice release, especially when we sit a lot during the day. And these kind of exercises are just getting the blood flow, which is often what we need, especially during this time in our lives when we're going through the changes. Again, bringing up my legs, holding with your ankles, toes and heels are touching, and then release. And see again, is this feeling a little lighter? How are your hamstrings feeling? How are the inner thighs feeling? Slowly turning to the right and getting up. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.